Max, and also my colleague Amy Kircher here with the University of Minnesota. And hello, and thank you for joining us to learn more about the Bold North Bioinnovation Cluster. This is a project of the Minneapolis-St. Paul, Minnesota region, and we're building America's most inclusive bioinnovation cluster. I represent the Cluster Coalition and my organization, Greater MSP, which is the lead entity for this proposal to EDA. Our Cluster Coalition is diverse and dynamic. Leaders and partners engaged in our project include community-based organizations, educational institutions, development partners, and entrepreneurial support organizations. And our coalition goes far beyond these component project leaders. There are 55 additional organizations who have made formal commitments to invest in our cluster. This is a growing cross-sector coalition committed to advancing this project. Today, our region can claim global leadership in both human health and food and ag. There are over 4,000 health and ag companies that operate in Minnesota, and many are growing aggressively through bioscience. McKinsey Global Institute forecasts a major disruption to these sectors due to advances in bio. They identify bio as the future of health and ag, with as much as 60% of physical inputs to the global economy having the ability to be produced biologically. This includes what we eat and the medicine that we take. So our region is ready to lead by building up our bio capabilities rather than waiting back to be disrupted. Major bioinnovation companies and institutions headquartered here, like Cargill, General Mills, Ecolab, and the Mayo Clinic, along with the University of Minnesota, are already leading in development of practical solutions to global challenges facing food, ag, and human health, like how to feed and prevent disease in a global population approaching 9 billion. Nowhere else on Earth has the resources that Minnesota has when it comes to solving these problems. And importantly, we're seeing that biological breakthroughs in food and ag and health, they're happening in the same labs with the same talent. These are interconnected sectors that will work together to lead the global biorevolution. But we know we can't be a leader in solving the world's greatest challenges if we don't solve our region's greatest challenge, which is closing the racial disparities that have persisted for generations. Our state's racial wage gap is one of the worst in the nation. The Black poverty rate is 4 times the white poverty rate, and Black unemployment nearly twice that for whites. These long-standing racial inequities were brought into the national spotlight after the recent unjust killing of George Floyd in our community. At the same time, rural resilience remains a challenge, and residents of rural communities were disproportionately impacted by the pandemic. Farms in Minnesota were hard hit, facing one of the highest levels of bankruptcies amidst the economic disruption. We are uniquely motivated to make transformational progress on equity. We have bold ambitions in the Bold North, and achieving our ambition, it starts with establishing a new paradigm for economic development in the United States. That's where equity and growth advance in tandem. We will center the populations that have been historically underrepresented in high-scale, fast-growth areas of our economy. We've got to scale proven practices to achieve greater impact, while also figuring out how to introduce new approaches to inspire innovation and unlock breakthrough results. One example is a biotalent exchange that we're going to facilitate markets for talent. This tool will connect directly with talent development projects. It has the power to be transformational in how diverse talent is sourced. Achieving our ambition will also take innovative capital strategies to set a new higher standard for investing in equity. We plan to leverage over $2 billion in regional investment to grow the cluster. And we're going to be looking for additional partnerships to help us build innovative and scalable solutions. We're going to build the capability to solve global problems by investing in people. Projects provide early exposure, education, and skill development in bio. Business accelerators provide the support infrastructure we so desperately need to promote development of new ventures. And market development projects connect our cluster to rural communities and address market gaps head on, critical to turning research into companies. We're going to build an organizational infrastructure for the cluster too, through a new hub, driving accountability, durability, and a culture that promotes equity-focused change. In partnership, we think we can do something new in this region, worthy of the nation's notice, and we welcome your questions.